you see Bianca Bertolino. Dan Fisher is the head coach of the Pitt Panthers' 6th ACC championship, which is where he has taken this program is amazing. Same with Georgia Tech and what they've done and what has become, I don't even know if it's arguably anymore. You see Michelle Collier, 4 consecutive NCAA tournament appearances as we are underway between 2 teams in the best volleyball conference in the country. As Valeria Vasquez-Gomez starts it out well, a kill on a day where she is honored.
Right before the match, Jeff, she was honored for getting her 1,000th kill just a few matches ago, and she is just 10 digs away from 1,000 as well. So going for that big 1,000 double in the stats.
Rachel Fairbanks to serve for the Panthers. Good dig, wind up, blocked at the net, and a point for the Panthers. That was Olivia Babcock, got all of that one off the hit from Otene.
Bree Kelly there for moral support, but Olivia Babcock had it under control.
Serve, dug opportunity, right side this time, and just long was the hit by Liv Mogridge.
And Mogridge, by nature, a middle blocker, but playing on the right side for this Georgia Tech Vasquez-Gomez.
So a quick 3-0 lead for Pitt. This time it's Otene, and big hit from Otene from the left side. Georgia Tech's on the board.
And Otene can sure drop the hammer like we just saw there, Jeff. Such a power this Georgia Tech team this season.
Transfer so big in all sports, and an ace. Yeah, Logan Wiley, just a freshman out of Georgia, playing for her home state team. Two straight here for the Yellow Jackets. And that one just a bit long. So it's 4-2. Wiley will check out. Vasquez-Gomez will serve for Pitt. Six-year from Puerto Rico tips the front of the net. Otene's blocked. Bree Kelly. You might know her as number 21, but she's wearing number 23 today.
Kelly coming over to close, and that left not any space there for the attack on the outside.
Right side, that's blocked again. Tori Stafford. The Panthers been huge at the net early on here in this first set.
And Jeff, you talk about what the Panthers can do offensively, leading the nation in hitting percentage, but they also lead the nation in defensive hitting percentage as well. So such a dominant team as they're holding their opponents to a 115 hitting clip. And
it's another tip. Amy Klicka's going to set up Babcock, and Babcock's blocked but out of bounds. Panthers also 3rd in the ACC in blocks. And that's something that's really developed over the course of the season. They've gotten more, especially from the middle.
Wants his team to be known as a strong defensive team.
Another quick start for the Panthers, another good block. Georgia Tech able to save it. Mogridge. This time the set by Vasquez-Gomez to Stafford. Good dig by Otene. And all the way from the back, and a save by the Panthers. Oh, what a play! As the Panthers are up 8-2.
And the fans are on their feet after that one. Let's take a look at this. You can see Rachel Fairbanks coming in with the swing, and then Bree Kelly tipping it to the back line where no Yellow Jacket defender could be found.
I mean, you probably know that, right, instinctively, that everybody's going to be up tight.
Absolutely.
Otene, a little off speed, good dig by Klicka. As Stafford, great save in the back by Georgia Tech. Up 9-2 in the first set. It's Panthers and Yellow Jackets here on ACC Network Extra.
The difference in that match. As you said, Georgia Tech was up 2-0, but just could not finish it out. But a very, very talented Stanford team coming into the ACC this season.
And a service error by Vasquez Gomez. Yeah, for Georgia Tech, they've played a ton of ranked teams this year, successful non-conference, and have struggled, as a lot of the conference has, against some of the top tier teams in the ACC.
But that just shows you the depth that the ACC has this season.
Fairbanks sets middle, and Bree Kelly able to put it away for her second kill. This one a little more traditional.
Just slightly. Going over the head and swinging it to the back line isn't necessarily what she does normally, so we'd like to see her get in on the swinging action at the net.
Libero cat flood. Georgia Tech in the middle, and a kill in the middle. DeAndrea Pierce with the kill, the senior Texas transfer, so that's part of that transfer experience that Georgia Tech has. Hit it right at Babcock. She just wasn't able to put it up in the air. And another one, another atom ball. This one a little harder from Olivia Babcock. Just no chance for Velez to do anything with that.
And you know who can get up in the air? Olivia Babcock. Take a look at this. The single block down the line. And now we will see one of the best serves in the country.
And an ace. Olivia Babcock, 65th ace on the season. She just adds to her own record.
And you could see the Georgia Tech staff thinking that was out, but then I think there was one staffer that really was adamant about saying that ball was in, and I do believe it was in.
And a second one, another good serve from Babcock. And kill attempt dug by Klicka. And Tori Stafford from the other side, the other sophomore who's made such a huge impact with this Pitt program.
And a phenomenal pass on that serve of Babcock by Otene, and that's really what you have to take advantage of. If you can get a good pass off of this serve, you have to terminate, and Georgia Tech not able to and finds themselves down 13-4.
Great dig off the serve, receive off the serve, and a deep hit error by Georgia Tech by Otene. And it's all of a sudden a 10-point lead here in the first set. Look at this sophomore duo. I mean, you're blessed if you have one player that can come in and make an impact as a freshman, then continue that into sophomore year. And Pitt's had a couple. And off the front of the net, slows it down a bit. And middle kill attempt, save by the Panthers. Stafford up again and hits it through the block.
And the story of the match so far, Jeff, the Panthers hitting at an 800 clip so far, and Georgia Tech hitting at -200. Panthers just so good out of system. You see there the great save by Vasquez Gomez, and then Rachel Fairbanks able to get over in time for that set.
Right at Klicka. Fairbanks. And a chance here for Georgia Tech. Bump set. Otene from the middle. Again, saved by Klicka. This time it's Babcock, and I don't know if that hit the net or was blocked. Either way, it's Georgia Tech point, and they stop the run.
A big, much-needed point for Georgia Tech. And the Panthers out of system there. That was a set from Stafford over to Babcock, and I don't think it had enough height on it as it hit the top of the tape and came down, so that would have been 4 hits had a Panther tried to touch it before it hit the ground.
Sofia Velez, 5'4" junior from Columbia. To serve for Georgia Tech. Nisla Buzla-Tepe in for that set. And Ryla Jones able to kill it in the middle.
Buzla-Tepe has been a great addition to this Panthers team. Came in late over the summer, a transfer from Texas A&M. But she's had a lot of success when she has come in for the Panthers.
Otene to serve, receive. Now Vasquez Gomez, did that hit fingers? No, it did not. Point, Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech at this point will take a point however they can get it.
Just looking for something.
You see there, Ryla Jones trying to get up on it, and then that might have caught fingers, but awkward swing from Vasquez Gomez, but no awkward swing there. Finding that deep corner, which has become her staple swing.
Second kill for Vasquez Gomez. And in to serve for the Panthers is Mallory Meyer. 61 sets this year for Meyer. Saved by Pitt. And the Panthers just send it over. Otene swinging from the right side, and good dig by Stafford, but another free ball here for Georgia Tech. Mogridge blocked. And a middle kill attempt is saved. Longest rally of the match ends in a Panther point. Tori Stafford. Georgia Tech kept getting some opportunities, and Panthers defense up to the challenge.
And I thought that Bertolino had her first kill of the afternoon there, but great defense from the Panthers, and then finishing it off with the back row attack from Tori Stafford.
Georgia Tech middle this time. Booz Latepe just was handcuffed and couldn't do anything with it, and a point for Georgia Tech. And you think at this point, as much as you want to get some momentum going, maybe even into set 2 at 18-7, just something clicking.
Momentum is absolutely necessary, as we see here the serve from Bertolino, just long. And those are the things that if you're Georgia Tech, you have to clean up. You can't have the unforced errors on service errors. You can't have the unforced errors on attacks. All of those things add up so quickly, and you look at it, you find yourself down a dozen.
But then again, you're Bertolino, you have the type of serve that can start a run. It just was a little long. And now Rachel Fairbanks, 6 points from the first set. And middle kill by Georgia Tech's Logan Wiley. She had 1,500 kills in high school. Now, DeAndrea Pierce to serve. And middle attempt is in from Bree Kelly, and it's 20-8.
And that's one of the big things for this Panthers team, Jeff. You have the pin hitters in Stafford and Babcock, and you know they're going to get their sets. But on that last one, Rachel Fairbanks going to Bree Kelly there, and you can see the late block attempt from DeAndrea Pierce.
And a slide. It was right there, setting up Babcock. And good save by Bertolino. Otene hits it through the block. Just a flat-footed kill for Otene.
With so much power behind that swing, and you can see a really awkward setup there, but a great job by Velez to be able to get the ball up and get some height on it so that Otene could get a solid swing.
Mogridge serve, and again, Bree Kelly. 4 kills for Kelly to go with 2 blocks. She will get a little breather as Ryla Jones is in along with Kat Flood.
Not much of a breather for the Georgia Tech defense there as you take out Bree Kelly and you bring in one of the top freshmen in Ryla Jones.
And Kat Flood, who's coming off cold off the bench in a lot of these matches, 23 aces. And a block there by the Panthers. I couldn't tell if it was Ryla or Olivia. Either one, it's a successful block.
We'll find out here. That off the outside hand of Babcock, and you can see there the experience of Babcock being able to turn her left hand, or excuse me, her right hand into the court. So as that ball went off of her hand, it stayed in the court.
I mean, these are 2 top 20 teams, Amanda. How is it that Pitt is out to such a quick start?
When you look at it, it's about the offense that I talked about. The Panthers able to be one of the top teams in the country in hitting, right now hitting at 524 in this match today, but you can see leading the country at a 345 clip and then holding their opponents to that 122 hitting percentage, both first in the country, which is unheard of to lead the team in offense, or lead the country in offense and defense. And then, oh, by the way, they can really serve the ball as well, 8th in the country in aces per set.
And that's another place. Along with defense, aces has been an area, and not just aces. And Flood to continue to serve. It's 22-9. 4 kills from Kelly, lead all. 3 for Stafford, 3 for Babcock. And an ace for Kat Flood, her 24th.
You think they knew we were talking about aces and serves up here, Jeff? Take a look at this float serve. It looks like it's going directly at Velez, but then just turns over to the side of Otene, and neither able to get it up.
Set middle hit is long, and the Panthers are at set point. A dominant first set here for the #1 team in the country. And what has become tradition, everyone stands for set point. And Otene ruins it for Georgia Tech as they get into double figures. And Otene will serve. What a great player she is. Hit, set, save, Bertolino. Opportunity here, Fairbanks. Set Stafford. Again, Otene with the save. Bertolino sends it too far, and that'll do it for the first set. It was all Panthers here in the first, hitting 478 to a negative 065 for Georgia Tech. Stay with us for set number 2, ACC Volleyball.
He is known to have a lot of players from South America and Brazil and Argentina and all those different countries come over here, but to be able to provide a great volleyball environment for them and a great learning experience to be able to continue their education in the United States, but then now they're able to have these moments of getting drafted and be able to stay and play in the U.S. rather than having to try to go overseas to find a team to play for.
Rachel Fairbanks to serve. 1-0 lead. Jeff Hathorn with Amanda Siley here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. ACC Volleyball, and a quick start for Georgia Tech. Looking for some type of momentum, and Mogridge gives it to them.
And a great job there by Luana Emiliano, getting the quick set up to Mogridge, and they didn't really get a lot of middle swing, so the Panthers caught off guard there.
Oh, a big serve from Bertolino, and the Panthers, once again, it's Bree Kelly in the middle.
Anything you can do, I can do better there. The Panthers saw the middle kill for the first point to go to Georgia Tech, and then Bree Kelly coming up over the top.
And that was almost like over her head swing, but effective. And now Vasquez Gomez to serve. And Valeria with the rare service error. And it's 2-1 Georgia Tech. Bree Kelly sat out almost all of last year with an injury and kind of slow to get back, and now she's really been a force for the Panthers in the middle on cue.
And when we talked to head coach Dan Fisher about Bree Kelly, he said exactly that, Jeff. It really took her a number of matches at the beginning of the season to really get herself back up to speed. She had a devastating ankle injury, and to get back from that and really be able to play without any worry took a while.
Kat Flood with the serve. Middle kill attempt by Georgia Tech by Wiley is blocked, and Olivia Babcock able to put it away from the right side.
Babcock now 4 kills on the afternoon.
Here's something unique. It's been Babcock or Stafford in every match as leading the Panthers, but right now it's Kelly. Maybe Babcock looked at the stats. And a successful serve and a kill by Otene. A great angle.
So efficient on those cross-court shots is Otene. Just able to drop that thumb and really get that angle where she gets around the block and away from any Panther defender.
Georgia Tech serve at 3-all. Babcock's blocked. Opportunity here for Otene. Long, no touch. Otene from Auckland, New Zealand.
It looks like we will have our first challenge card of the day coming out from Michelle Collier as she thinks there might be a touch on this swing.
It's cool that all of these matches are televised to where you have the eye in the sky to be able to take a look at these. These are so hard though because often is it just the flick the tip? Shelly Collier, better start to the second set for her team. And they've had some devastating, including last year here at Pitt, a 2-0 lead. And then the Panthers cruised back, and we saw earlier with Stanford, a 2-0 lead, and the Cardinal comes storming back. Maybe this is Georgia Tech's turn to start slow and then have a big finish.
And Georgia Tech really wants to redeem themselves as they played the Panthers earlier this season and lost 3-0. They were outblocked by the Panthers 12-3, and the Panthers out-hit Georgia Tech 493 to -043 in that match. So they definitely want to improve upon what they were able to do back in September. As we take a look at this play, see if there was a touch on the Panthers.
Call is going to stand. Georgia Tech loses their challenge, and Pitt gets a point.
So Georgia Tech loses its challenge, and the Panthers keep the point.
They still have one, so each team starts with those 2 challenges, and if you continue to win each challenge, then you retain those 2 challenges. But now Panthers have 2 challenges left for this match, and Georgia Tech has 1.
And we saw that matter for when the Panthers host Louisville, when a couple of those calls that should have been overturned couldn't be because Coach Danny was out of challenges. Olivia Babcock, what a serve receive, and into the net were the Panthers.
Over the net there.
Over the net.
On Ryla Jones, so they're saying that Ryla did not let the ball cross the plane of the net and touched it completely while it was on Georgia Tech's side. And it looks like Dan Fisher is trying to challenge that. But I'm not sure
I don't know if that's challengeable.
if he's able to.
But he's able to get his point across. I'll tell you what, Sofia Velez sold out just to make this point happen. Otene served near ace. Tori Stafford, and Otene saves it. Great point by Georgia Tech to keep this alive. Tori Stafford again. Otene gets to the floor. This time it's Klicka on the ground, and Georgia Tech just can't save that one from Olivia Babcock.
How about that point from these 2 top 20 teams in the country? Otene laying it all out.
Look at Velez.
Velez. And here's the finish. Olivia Babcock says, all right, this point's over.
And even still, there was that outside shot. Offside and kill for Georgia Tech. Bertolino.
And Jeff, that is Bertolino's first kill of this match.
Came in with 3:59 on the season. 5 all, just a little too far, and dunked
But into the net was Georgia Tech. So that's one of those plays you love, those jousts at the net, but you're so close and you're having to use so much power, especially when another player's on the other side. You have to keep yourself out of the net. You could see there Bertolino coming down on the top of the net.
So watching the ball, I didn't notice the net at first. Bertolino blocked at the net. Vasquez Gomez, just a modified swing, able to find the middle of that Georgia Tech defense.
We learned last year from Panther great Kayla Lund, they like to call that a shove. So really just taking the ball and throwing it through the block.
Mallory Meyer in to serve for Pitt. Little kill attempt, a good block by Bree Kelly, and a back set for Babcock. And Pitt with a chance. They will go left side to Vasquez Gomez, and she misses wide. It's 7-6. First thing you notice from this one, this set, is Georgia Tech's just not making the same type of errors, and Pitt has made a couple of errors.
And that's what I talked about in that first set, Jeff, just saying that the unforced errors, if Georgia Tech could clean those up, that would stop a lot of the Panthers' runs that they were able to go on in that first set.
Panthers from middle, Otene, good receive. Set back to Otene, and the Panthers are able to send it over. Rachel Fairbanks, middle kill by Mogridge, and it's 7-all.
Such a tough play there where the Panthers just completely out of system trying to keep that ball alive at the net, and then the ball coming over quickly from Georgia Tech. See there another great dig from Otene on the back line.
And an ace for Georgia Tech. Emiliano with an ace. She had an amazing career at Texas Rio Grande Valley. 3,500 assists. And it's been big for Georgia Tech. The kill this time for Vasquez Gomez to tie it back up. It's 8-all.
And someone who's been big for many seasons here for the Panthers, the super senior, Valeria Vasquez Gomez. When you have a time where you need someone to get the ball and put it down, you can count on VVG.
Fairbanks. And right in the middle, and just an easy dunk for Bree Kelly. 7th kill. And the overpass just too easy.
And you have to remember, Jeff, she's only playing 3 rotations. So when you look at Babcock and Stafford leading the Panthers in kills most games, it's because they're playing all 6 rotations.
And into the net was Georgia Tech. It's 10-8 Panthers.
Larissa Mendez, who we haven't mentioned a lot, she's a player for this Georgia Tech team who, when we talked to Coach Michelle Collier, said would be vital today for them to be able to have success.
Fairbanks serve. Emiliano with the set. Now setting up Vasquez Gomez, and a great attempt by Otene, but just unable to keep it on the court. And Vasquez Gomez with her 5th kill.
Great out-of-system set there from Fairbanks beyond that 10-foot line, but putting it right in the wheelhouse of Vasquez Gomez.
I wouldn't have doubted Velez to just run right through that scorer's table, the way she plays. And just a little miscommunication on the set, and an error by Georgia Tech, and the Panthers with the biggest lead here in the 2nd set.
And unfortunately for Georgia Tech, Jeff, they've gotten back to those unforced errors, and that's why you just mentioned the biggest lead between these 2 teams here today is not necessarily what the Panthers are doing, more what Georgia Tech hasn't been able to do.
Emiliano sets up middle, and Mogridge puts it away. Mogridge with 3 kills. Otene has 4 to lead Georgia
Great set there from Emiliano.
Now Bertolino has a powerful serve, but just a little bit long. Now 13-9 Pitt.
Not a familiar
13-9.
score at all, right?
Serve for Vasquez Gomez. And rising up was Otene, but blocked. Otene will get it again. She'll tip it this time, and it's off a Panther and out of bounds.
Otene doing everything she could on that play to try to save it, as a great block on that far pin, but then great coverage from Georgia Tech to be able to keep that point alive.
Oh, good serve. Oh, great set by Rachel Fairbanks to Bree Kelly in the middle.
I don't know if there's anyone in the country that does that, a set from beyond the 10-foot line to the net better than Rachel Fairbanks. Look at the one-handed, or excuse me, the one-footed jump by Fairbanks, just putting it right where Bree Kelly needs it to terminate that play.
That sly assassin. She gives that little wry smile. And just to send over, Fairbanks sets up Stafford. Stafford's tip, well read by Otene. From the back is Bertolino, and it's long. So the Panthers, after it had been going back and forth between these two teams, it's 15-10 Pitt. Second set here in Pittsburgh.
8 kills on 8 swings. You can see that Bree Kelly is vibing today here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse.
As she will rest for a little bit, as Cat Flood is in to serve at 15-10. Emiliano. I don't think it ever got over the net. And it's 16-10. And what was a 8-7 lead by Georgia Tech. The Panthers have taken control.
And that's just what they've been able to do all season, Jeff. Every time they're in one of those close sets, somewhere in there, the Panthers go on a run.
And a kill right side.
Larissa Menges there.
Yeah.
Again, one of those players that they need to really pick it up here to be able to find success against the Panthers. A player that has battled injuries throughout the season as well, Jeff.
Yeah, part of the all-freshman team last year and a really good player. And nearly tipped the net for an ace. And net violation by the Panthers on that tip attempt. So it's now 16-12. Georgia Tech trying to stay in this second set. Still plenty of time. Panthers won the first set 25-10. And a pancake by Rachel Fairbanks keeps this point alive. And Otene hits the top of the net. Net's very popular on this point. And a kill attempt dug by Bertolino. Otene blocked straight down. Ryla Jones getting some action in the middle and taking advantage of it.
Wow, watch this save from Rachel Fairbanks. You can see her saying up, 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 up to let her teammates know to keep playing that ball. And then what a roof. Ryla Jones says, not on my court.
I think that hit her in the forearm.
And win, or if you don't use them, but then in that 5th set, you do get one more.
Original call, ball up. Call is going to be reversed. Ball was down. Point Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech remains with one challenge.
So they will reverse this call. Georgia Tech retains the challenge, wins the challenge, and it's 16-13.
You could see not really, well, Dan Fisher not happy with that call, but Rachel Fairbanks not necessarily upset, so that's kind of a telltale sign that it might have touched the ground, but she was really trying to make sure that she did a good acting job for the officials here.
Dan just wants to see the replay. As he keeps looking up at they're not going to show that here. All right, so Georgia Tech serve now at 16-13 of the set. Another near ace. And Tori Stafford's able to hit it through the block, and it's 17-13.
Great job by the Panthers. A great set from Menges, but then Rachel Fairbanks, just so experienced, able to bump set that to the near pin to Stafford and able to finish it off.
And kill for Georgia Tech from that left side is Layla Harper, a senior from Martinsburg, West Virginia. You may hear a few fans.
And that kind of a little bit of a push instead of a swing there from Harper.
17-14, Stafford up again. Good block by Georgia Tech. Opportunity here. Going to the back, and once again, Georgia Tech consecutive points. That's Bertolino, and it's a 2-point second set.
And now Otene at the line for Georgia Tech.
And all the way from the back is Olivia Babcock, and she's blocked by Bertolino.
As hard as Babcock can swing, if you can get your hand in front of that and push across the net, that ball will go straight down, as we saw there.
Otene to tie it. And Stafford's able to put that one away as the Panthers maintain the lead.
Great swing there by Stafford. You could see a hole in the block, but Stafford kind of going and quickly adjusting to try to hit that ball down the line. A great job there and a great adjustment from the sophomore.
Little kill by Georgia Tech, getting it right back. Big hit by Boese. Boese, the junior from Ohio. And now serving is Sofia Velez. 18-17, Panthers here, second set. Panthers won the first 25-10. Vasquez Gomez. And Bertolino, she will, the tip attempt, and the Panthers will send it over. Bertolino again. Good angle by Bertolino, and it's 18-all.
Great swing there from Bertolino, seeing that she had the double block on her, but Rachel Fairbanks setting up that block too far out to the pin, so you could see how much space there was in the net for her to be able to get that ball down.
Georgia Tech looking to take the lead. Tori Stafford. They set up Bertolino again. And it's going to be Vasquez Gomez too far, and Georgia Tech is in the lead.
How about the Yellow Jackets? They have the challenge that makes it 16-13, and now a run from Georgia Tech.
And no mistakes during this run. And a kill in the middle by Ryla Jones gets it back even. But Georgia Tech doing all those little things right during that run.
That's exactly what you have to do. You see there the great pass from Emmy Klicka, getting handcuffed, but able to get the ball right to Fairbanks. And then the quick hands of Fairbanks puts it up for Jones to finish it off.
The freshman Mallory Meyer. Again, Bertolino will try the tip. Knocked into the air and sent over by Pitt. Bertolino again, left side dug by Fairbanks. Battle at the net. And Otene sends it to Pitt's side. And from the back, it's Olivia Babcock. And it's 2019 Pitt.
Tori Stafford with a beautiful back row set to her sophomore teammate. But look at Blair Bayless finish off the joust to really get Georgia Tech out of system. And then there, look at that set from the outside hitter.
Meyer, another good serve. And middle kill by Mogridge. Mogridge now with 4. And it's 20-all. Georgia Tech now hitting 0-65 in positive numbers during this run to get them back. 1 point down 5, then cut it to 3, and then have taken a brief lead. And Emiliano to serve. And an ace for Emiliano, and it's 21-20 Georgia Tech.
Huge moment there for the transfer, Emiliano. Stafford, you could see right away, just not able to get her arms underneath of that ball.
So Olivia Babcock, and Georgia Tech just unable to save it. And I thought for a second that the way Menges went down that she was in trouble, but she was able to spring right back up. Rachel Fairbanks to serve. Got to win by 2. Georgia Tech just was a failed opportunity there all along, and Shelley Collier is going to call timeout at 22-21 Georgia Tech, but obviously a much more representative performance here in the second set by the Yellow Jackets.
0.65, but just not having that much efficiency here today.
21-20. Rachel Fairbanks. And nice attempted dig by Klicka, but just too powerful a hit by, is that Menges? I believe. Now the powerful serve. Good dig, serve, receive, and the Panthers come right back. And a near save by Bertolino, but Brie Kelly able to put it away.
Huge moment there for the Panthers to get Bertolino off the service line, as she's 3rd in the ACC in aces per set.
What a receive by Vasquez Gomez.
Bertolino also 18th in the country in aces per set.
Rising up and in. Great hit from Georgia Tech to tie it back up at 23.
You could see
Otene
there.
just finds the line as she's falling out of bounds. Georgia Tech, Lauren Sandin, senior from Virginia. What a moment for her to come into this match at 23 all. A really good serve, and what a play by Fairbanks to save that. So Pitt's able to get the at set point.
Save is exactly right, Jeff. That ball was shooting across the net, and the strong hands of Fairbanks able to keep it on her side and get her hitter set up.
Babcock now with 8 kills. Cat Flood in to serve for the second set. And right side kill is in. Yellow Jackets stay alive. Menges to serve at 24 all. ACC volleyball here on a Saturday afternoon. Georgia Tech looking to take this second set. And a save. What a play by Velez. Panthers try again. Bertolino. Oh, Vasquez Gomez. Fairbanks. And off balance. Now Georgia Tech's going to have to send it over. Here's Fairbanks setting up Tori Stafford, and that's saved. Otene just floats it over. Fairbanks sets again for Stafford. Good block in the front. Bump set for Otene, and Georgia Tech's a point from the second set. What a point on both sides, but Georgia Tech is making play after play and finally puts it away.
What a swing there in such a big moment. One of the best rallies that we've seen so far today between these two teams.
Now the Panthers call a timeout. Go bad, and they're going to be fooled because losses don't tell the whole story. Larissa Menges will serve for the second set. And Olivia Babcock, what a save by Bertolino. Georgia Tech just making plays and blocking it down, winning the second set is Georgia Tech. Tamara Otene.
And a block on Babcock to finish it off.
Georgia Tech evens this up, 26-24, winning the second set here in Pittsburgh. The numbers there, Olivia Babcock with 8 kills, and Pitt had an easy time in the first set, and Georgia Tech just hung around, and as Pitt started to separate itself from Georgia Tech, the Yellow Jackets came back and made the decisive point at 25-24. Georgia Tech to serve. Panthers go back to Babcock, and Georgia Tech able to save Emiliano. Great dig. Vasquez Gomez is blocked down. And again, Georgia Tech with Menges.
And Menges, the sophomore from Brazil, a really great player for them last season as a freshman.
Fairbanks back to Babcock, who is blocked down again. Bertolino and Mogridge there, and it's 2-0 Georgia Tech.
And the Panthers love to get that ball to Babcock when they're out of system, but Georgia Tech familiar with this opponent.
This time a tip, and good decision by Tori Stafford. It's 2-1.
Great job there by Stafford. Panthers also love to utilize that back row and attack. And Georgia Tech, knowing that, had players ready, but not ready for the tip out of the back row.
Fairbanks with an unexpected ace.
Big moment from the senior there, evening this third set at 2 apiece. The float serve there, you could see Otene just not sure of where that ball was going to go and if it was going to be out, and at the last second tried to stab at it.
I think that's exactly right. She thought about it going out. 2-2. Hear the communication from Georgia Tech. Mogridge hit it just a little long, and the Panthers with 3 straight.
And you blink if you're Georgia Tech and you had a lead and then you lost it just as quickly.
That's what this Pitt team can do to you. And a middle tip this time from Georgia Tech. Good recognition by Vasquez Gomez. Good dig by Otene. A chance here for Pitt. From the back, Stafford. 4-2 Panthers.
So difficult to defend if you're Georgia Tech and really any opponent. The Panthers have all the firepower in the front row. Bree Kelly has 9 kills on 9 swings, but instead of going to the front, they go to the back in Stafford for the kill.
And Fairbanks, nearly another ace. And a middle miss, this time by Kelly.
That's a swing that Bree Kelly will want back as her first miss of the day, but a great pass and a great set there from the Panthers, and they had all the momentum there.
The senior, Bianca Bertolino. And Olivia Babcock, after being blocked a few times, which you do not see often, Gets up high for that one, and it's 5-3.
You can tell she wanted this one, even though she had a big double block against her, just going through the hands of Liv Mogridge.
And Otene is able to get it right back for Georgia Tech. Otene doesn't show a lot of emotion, but her game talks for her. As you see her stats and how it ranks in the ACC. Mogridge to serve. Back set, high in the air, and Tori Stafford's able to put it away, and Shelly Collier pleading with the referee.
She's thinking that that ball did not cross the plane of the net, and Tori Stafford went over onto their side and put that ball down.
It was close.
But that down ref is right in between the net and has that perfect view to be able to see that ball. And even if just a sliver comes over to the Panther side, then Stafford has the right to push that ball down.
Cat Flood serving. And Babcock, what a save by Velez. And middle kill, putting it away is Ryla Jones. Boy, that save right into the stands.
Let's take a look at it here. Velez all out and able to keep it up for her team, but then Ryla Jones finishes with authority.
Panthers' biggest lead of the set at 3. And that one's long. Quickly, Michelle Collier goes for the green card, and we're going to see a challenge.
And she's saying you could hear the touch on that play. So she's more upset that she even has to use that green challenge card.
I think we're pretty confident that Fairbanks didn't touch it in the back.
Ball is going to stand. Georgia Tech loses a challenge. Point for Pitt.
So it is Panther point. And Michelle Collier can't believe it.
And Jeff, a big note here. We're at 8-4 in the third set. Georgia Tech is out of challenges. So unless we get to a 5th set here, there are no more plays that Michelle Collier is able to challenge.
Cat Flood to serve. She's still in disbelief of that non-overturn. And middle blocked. Ryla Jones. You know, Bree Kelly's playing so well, and then you could bring a Ryla Jones, or actually it's vice versa.
And Ryla Jones, just a freshman on this Panthers team. You talk about the success that young players have had last year with Stafford and Babcock, this year with Jones coming in.
Cat Flood nearly an ace as that float got away. Flood able to receive that. Look at that set. But a great play by Bertolino and a kill from Otene. Well, there are times where it looked like it was going to obviously be Pitt's point, and Georgia Tech fought back, and Otene able to get the kill.
Great dig on that back line by Bertolino, who's had a number of key digs today, and then the powerful swing of Otene.
And a middle kill from Ryla Jones. So that's her 4th kill. 9 for Bree Kelly's. You're getting 13 kills from the middle on a team with good outside hitters. Well, All-American outside hitters.
And that's what makes it so hard to defend. And as blockers, you have to stay home. You can't cheat one way or the other. You have to wait until that ball is set. And Rachel Fairbanks, one of the best setters in the country.
And it's such a great receive, but it's just how Velez almost is knocked over by the serve. Got an error from Georgia Tech.
Leah Harper in the net on that swing on the outside.
And I know that's the style, but I love the way Velez plays. And this time Ryla gets the little tip down. I don't know if she pointed over to Kelly like, all right, I got one of these too. And we got a timeout by Georgia Tech. The Panthers on a run. It's 12-5 Panthers here in the third. All contributing as Panthers off to a hot start here in the third, hitting 267 to a negative 167 for Georgia Tech.
And Jeff, this balance is great to see and key for the Panthers as they head towards the NCAA tournament.
That just forced its way over. A block save by Velez. Otene. And Tori Stafford will tip it, and Velez can get to a lot, just couldn't get to that one, and Stafford puts it away.
We've seen a number of times where Tori Stafford has gone to the tip and the soft touch to be able to get kills. So great for her to really utilize what she has in her bag of tricks to be able to get the point for her team.
And an ace. Bertolino did everything she could to try to save that. It just, the way that ball fell by the net.
Take a look at this from the back. You're going to see how that ball drops down from the sky with such power behind it.
9-point lead. And an error by Babcock. Now Otene to serve. So 5-0 run for Pitt. You get an 8-point lead now. And Otene with a great dig. Bertolino. Panthers set up, going to Babcock. Never a bad decision.
Wherever she is on the court, this Panthers team will try to find Olivia Babcock. Fairbanks has all of her hitters at her disposal in the front row, and just a beautiful set in the back.
Tori Stafford. And a good hit by Bertolino. It's interesting, you have different styles where you have Babcock and then Stafford's is, it's like seeing a power pitcher and then having someone throw change-ups at you. Sofia Velez to serve. Another kill attempt. Oh, and killing it in the middle, Mogridge. And you can hear the excitement from Alois Suarez.
She had a beautiful one-handed set in the middle of that play.
Rachel Fairbanks.
You know, I think she was getting jealous of all of her teammates filling up the kill sheet, that she needs to get one of her own.
To go with 28 assists and 6 digs.
And don't forget an ace.
Oh yeah. Mallory Meyer in to serve again. Bree Kelly back in. Babcock from the back. And the tip attempt for Bertolino just not high enough. That was a tough play by Bertolino. And it's 17-8, and Georgia Tech gets a timeout.
Shades of the first set, unfortunately, for Georgia Tech. As you mentioned, Panthers were able to win that set 25-10 as we take a look at that last point.
Yeah, Veerlon.
And the Panthers going with a different alignment here on that last point. They take out their All-American setter, Rachel Fairbanks, and mix in a few other players. Dahlia Veerlon, one of those, and then Blair Bayless. As Dan Fisher is so confident in a lot of his players to be able to use their hands or at least bump set to one of their teammates.
Well, and one of the things he'll do is we watch this point. if players may not play a lot early, but they're really improving in practice, he values that practice time. And if you're playing well in practice, you're going to get an opportunity in a game, even in a game where you have a chance to win an outright ACC title.
Absolutely. We talk to him all the time about, and he mentions practice and the reps that they're getting and how a lot of players are improving. And imagine being a role player on this team going up against your teammates and just making each other better. So that's the biggest thing for this Panthers team is you look at, you have the Babcocks, you have the Staffords, you have the Fairbanks type players, but then when you're playing against those players all the time, that just makes your bench and your role players so much better.
So the Panthers, after losing only their 9th set of the year, have come back to a 17-8 lead over Georgia Tech, and Mallory Myers still serving. Right side hit, blocked down.
And that's what we talked about with this lineup that they have. They don't have a true setter on the court right now, but because Dan Fisher wants to have the big blocks, and we just saw it there with Blair Bayless and Dahlia Virlan on the double block.
That one a little far. Good save attempt, but a chance here for Pitt. Bump set. Virlan blocked. Excuse me, Bayless blocked, and a tip here for the Panthers. Tolino's attempt is blocked, and now blocked down is the attempt by, I couldn't tell who that, you know what's throwing me off, I've got to be honest, is the fact
that Blair Bayless dyed her hair
yes.
from blonde to dark.
You're used to seeing blonde, and I'm like, wait, who is that that's wearing number 8? Panthers make changes. Emiliano to serve. It's 18-9. Pitt hitting 240 this set, 091 for Georgia Tech. Only one player in double-digit kills, and that's Babcock. And a tip read well by Pitt. Fairbanks sets it up to Bayless. Now from the back is Otene, just a little long. The lead is 10 for the Panthers. Otene 9 kills, 12 digs. Man, you get to this point in the season, you're battling through so much. Right side kill by Bertolino, and Georgia Tech has it back.
And Bertolino picking up just her 5th kill of this match to go along with 5 errors on 28 swings. That leads all players this afternoon.
Oh, save by Bayless. Panthers able to keep this point extended as Otene is able to kill it through the block.
A tough ask there from Blair Bayless to chase that ball all the way down and then have to get back in blocking position. Almost there, just so much power from Otene.
Off speed by Olivia Babcock. You're gearing up so much when Babcock's about to hit. It almost doesn't seem fair when she goes off speed.
And the thing is, the Georgia Tech defense is all spread out on the edges of the court because of that powerful swing. So that leaves the middle of the court open. As you can see, Otene there started and then stopped and then couldn't get herself started again.
Vasquez Gomez, Pitt 5 from the 3rd set. And Otene is blocked this time. Bree Kelly, her 4th block to go with 9 kills. And ace by Vasquez Gomez, and a free ball here for Pitt. And a middle kill for Bree Kelly, and she's in double figures with 10.
What a save there from Emiliano for Georgia Tech, but then getting themselves out of system and not able to get the point.
And middle kill by Mogridge. And Babcock winds up, clean hit, 23-11. Babcock. 12 kills. 6th year for Vasquez Gomez. It's her final regular season match here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. And a kill by Otene.
Otene now with 11. And that's what Georgia Tech can do. When they get a good first pass, they're able to run their offense quicker, and then that helps because there's not as strong of a block at the net.
And blocked down at the net. Georgia Tech staying alive. Manges with the block, and it's 23-13. Mogridge is a transfer from North Carolina, where her dad was a football player. He coaches at Eastern Carolina. That tip attempt somehow finds floor, and the Panthers are at set point. (24-13) as Pitt is hitting only .258 this set, make it .281 now, but holding Georgia Tech to a negative for the second set in this match. Otene sends it over. Panthers go to Tori Stafford to end the third set. 25-13. The Panthers have had 2 dominant sets, and Georgia Tech has fought to take that second set. Pitt up 2-1. 4th set is next here in Pittsburgh. Fitzgerald
And 1 in the ACC. That RPI sitting at 2, but with that big win on Wednesday against Louisville, they could see themselves move up in that RPI. And look at that record against the top 25 RPI, 8-1.
And that Penn State win looks even better,
especially with what they did beating Nebraska just yesterday.
The Panthers just try to set it over, and again, Panthers keep it alive. Vasquez Gomez just a little wide, and Georgia Tech out to the first point of the 4th like they had the first point of the 3rd. Bertolino to serve. Just a powerful serve. And that just long by Olivia Babcock. And Dan Fisher looking around at his bench to see if he wants to challenge that, and he will not. 2-0 Georgia Tech. Anything can happen in a 5th set. It's only to 15. Georgia Tech trying to get it there. Another tip attempt, well recognized by Georgia Tech that time. And a kill by Otene, and it's 3-0 Georgia Tech. And we're going to see a quick sub by the Panthers as Blair Bayless will come in for Vasquez Gomez.
And a powerful serve from Bertolino. 18th best server in the nation at just over a half per set.
Panthers try to do it in the middle. Otene has to send it over. Chance here. And a middle set dug by Perez, and this time the block by the Panthers. Kelly and Stafford were there.
Some rare miscommunication, though, in the middle of that set between Fairbanks and Kelly, but then Olivia Babcock finishing it off, the ball going off that right hand directly down from the swing of Menges.
5 blocks to go with 12 kills for Babcock. Served by Vasquez Gomez is tipped down by Tori Stafford. Stafford now with 12 kills. Stafford 5th in the ACC in kills per set. Babcock's first at 4.59. What a duo to have, and know you could have them for 2 more seasons. Liliano with the set and a kill right side. Marisa Menges. Georgia Tech still in the lead here, 4-2. Velez to serve. She led junior colleges with 1,523 digs over 2 years.
Incredible. What a pickup for this Georgia Tech team, who lost a few key players from last season. You had Paula Pimentel, who was their libero, so you needed to replace that, and Velez has been a suitable replacement. And then Isabella D'Amico, who had over 2,000 career assists.
Lining up, saved by Kat Flood. And Vasquez Gomez will send it over. Chance here for Georgia Tech to build on the lead, and they do. Liv Mogridge.
Great job there. Efficiency by the Georgia Tech offense. Whenever you get a free ball, you don't want to receive it back. And there, the termination from Liv Mogridge.
No chance there for Riley Jones. Good hit. And the Panthers trying to manufacture something, and they do. Tori Stafford, a big hit off the bump set, and it's 5-4.
Tori Stafford going a little bit off speed and going over top of the block to the far corner. And Bella, as we mentioned, has had a great match, but just got handcuffed there.
Pounding it down was Otene after the great serve receive. With a little authority there by Otene. And it's 6-4. Panthers just, again, free ball here for Georgia Tech. Tolino has to just send it over. Stafford is set up. And that went nearly into the Georgia Tech bench.
Great job there by Rachel Fairbanks. Had a really tight pass. You see here the tight pass, just able to get her hands on it, and then the single block as Mogridge went up in the middle. And it's very difficult to have a single block up against Tori Stafford.
Bertolino is blocked down. Rachel Fairbanks. First block for Fairbanks. 7 digs, 34 assists, and a kill, and an ace.
Can't forget the ace.
6-6. And Bertolino from that left side. Bertolino now with 6 kills to go with 5 digs. Otene leads the Yellow Jackets with 13 kills, 15 for Stafford for the Panthers. We have a timeout. We've got a Georgia Tech timeout. Yellow Jackets up 7-6 here in the 4th. For the selection committee, while the Panthers looking to win a 3rd ever outright ACC title. That's what's at stake in this one this afternoon. And it's 7-6 Georgia Tech in the 4th. Panthers up 2-1, and a miss on the attempt by Blair Bayless. Blair Bayless, just a sophomore. Didn't play a lot last year. And they're at a key time right now.
And you talk about a key time. None other than Rachel Fairbanks, the senior, the floor general for this Panthers team. no one going up with Fairbanks, and the campfire is lit in the middle for Georgia Tech.
Of the frustrating things playing volleyball, I would imagine that's at least top 5.
Also very frustrating as a coach to see that happen.
Bertolino hits it long, but a tip by the Panthers, and it's 9-7. Georgia Tech maintaining that slight lead here in the 4th, a must-win set for the Yellow Jackets. Panther fans getting behind their team. Another sellout here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. And a middle set, dig by Velez. Bertolino with the tip. Panthers, Bayless is blocked. Good block by Manges.
And a great job there. Bosey getting over for the double block. Fairbanks, but you can see there, Larissa Manges just putting herself in the perfect position on the hitter's shoulder.
3-point lead for Georgia Tech, and a near ace, but a free ball nonetheless. And setting up right side, dig for the Panthers. Seemed a little out of sorts recently, and Vasquez Gomez able to get the kill.
And a much needed kill for the Panthers. Letting Georgia Tech on a little bit of a run. You can see keeping it alive.
So, Amanda, what's Georgia Tech doing to get Pitt out of system?
It's really about the serving is what they're able to do as we watch the end of this play, and Vasquez Gomez just somehow finding a way to find that back line. And Bertolino from the right side this time. And getting it right back are the Yellow Jackets. Great job there of Emiliano getting the ball to her right side, and then Vasquez Gomez needing to move that block just a little bit out, but the ace coming from Bertolino.
And a 4-point lead here in the 4th. And Dan Fisher is going to call timeout.
And just like we talk about the power of the serve coming from Olivia Babcock, the top spin jump serve coming from the arm of Bertolino, one of the top servers in the country. And you can see Dan Fisher really trying to emphasize to his team that they need to pick up their play. And it's been a lot about what Georgia Tech is doing here in this 4th set, but a lot of errors that we've seen from the Panthers as well.
53 aces this year for Bertolino. 8 kills and 5 digs to go with those couple of aces and a couple of blocks. Otene with 13 kills. Liv Mogridge in the middle has provided some key points with 6 kills.
And that's something when we talked to Michelle Collier, she said we have to find offense, and it needs to come from someone other than players named Otene and Bertolino, and that's what we've seen so far is a little bit more offense from the middle. Larissa Manges has come on as of late in the latter half of this match, and those are the players that they need to be able to find and have efficiency for this Georgia Tech team to have success.
15 kills for Tori Stafford, 12 for Olivia Babcock. Babcock with a double-double, 11 digs to go with those 12 kills. Bree Kelly, 10 and 5 blocks. But it's Bertolino in that powerful serve with the ball and a 4-point lead. And an ace. And there's what Bertolino can do with that, what can be a risky serve. Georgia Tech in firm control here in the 4th. Babcock able to put that away.
Big point for these Panthers, but they've dug themselves into a hole, and credit Georgia Tech in putting the pressure on. They put the pressure on serves. They've had some really strong swings here in this 4th set, and they're not going away.
Vasquez Gomez at 13-9. To the back, and again, seen Menches really these last couple of sets, well, the second and now in this fourth, make some big swings for Georgia Tech. 5 kills. Pitt looking to get it back. They go to Bree Kelly, but again, Bella is able to get at least something on it. And that dunk, which worked earlier, dug by Georgia Tech, and a block by the Panthers. And the Panthers finally able to get a point. Bree Kelly, a little fired up. The vibe looks different right now. It's not the loose vibe, it's the determined vibe. So Panthers trail by 4 with Cat Flood in. And an ace for Cat Flood.
A big moment for the senior to come in with her team down and picking up her second ace of the afternoon. See there, Velez just gets handcuffed. Not sure if she needed to try to pass that or not.
Leano sets up Otene. And a dig by Vasquez Gomez. Set up to the front to Stafford. Good play by Bertolino. Otene's swing is blocked in. Olivia Babcock.
She came away from that one with a big finger wag saying, not today, not on that swing, bringing her team now to within 2.
And middle kill is in. Menges to serve for Georgia Tech, up 3. Still holding a multiple point lead here as this set continues. Olivia Babcock. And right side hit. And the kill for Georgia Tech by Suarez.
I think that was Laura Fisher on the right side.
4-point lead. And 5-point lead. We're steering towards 5 here in Pittsburgh. And it would be a monumental Georgia Tech upset. 5-point lead here. It's 17-12.
When you come back and really have a dominant third set, but here, Georgia Tech not going away and playing tough.
17-12. And just serve is out. So an error for Georgia Tech. And Cat Flood is back in. Olivia Babcock will serve. And sitting out briefly is Emmy Klicka. And service error to service error.
And that was a big moment for both teams. The Panthers have been known to go on a run behind the serve of Olivia Babcock, but for Georgia Tech to be able to not have any more serves come from her is big.
Bertolino just sends it over. From the back is Olivia Babcock. Able to save it was Otene. And winning the battle at the net was Rachel Fairbanks. Key point there for Pitt.
Huge moment. Rachel Fairbanks, knowing that she didn't really have a chance to try to set that ball to a teammate for the third touch and just going up against the joust in the middle.
Served by Stafford. Good one. Menges. Stafford's tip and is on the floor. And from the back is Olivia Babcock, blocked by Bertolino.
Wow, the single block coming from Bertolino, all alone on an island against one of the top hitters in the country, and just right down.
Panthers able to save it to keep this point alive, but not for long. Bertolino, although she's calling for a challenge, there are no more challenges for Georgia Tech.
You can
Error by
see
Georgia Tech.
all the 6'5" of Olivia Babcock reaching for that ball, but then thankfully she didn't touch it because the play was out.
Valerie Meyer in to serve. Panthers down 4 here in the 4th, up 2-1. Middle kill is long. Point to the Panthers, now down 3. And Georgia Tech's going to take a timeout. I think a good timeout there from Coach Collier to just stop the run where it's at.
Yeah,
attempt to.
And especially because it's been a few errors from her team. So settle them down, get them centered, get them grounded and ready to go, get those errors out of their minds and prepare them here as they have the lead. And that's the thing. It's not like she's calling a timeout because she needs to slow down the Panthers. It's that she needs to have her team keep this lead.
If you're Dan Fisher in the pit huddle, you know, you've had 2 really good sets and one where you didn't make the plays you needed to. What's your discussion here down 3 late in the 4th?
I think the Panthers really need to step up at the net. So that's offensively and defensively. We saw early on they had a ton of blocks, and they have the edge in blocks in 12-7, but they really need to get a lot more block touches because what we've seen is a stronger offense from Georgia Tech and a lot of plays where their defensive players are having to make some really tough digs. So if you can get those touches at the net and get some slow some of those balls down, then that helps to really be able to have your offense run more efficiently, as I think that's exactly what he's doing. We see Dahlia Virlon come in to play in the middle, and Bree Kelly moves over to the right side, so some big height coming in for the Panthers.
Yeah, it's been a while since the Panthers lost at home. Mallory Meyer. And the tip saved by Stafford. And now Bertolino is blocked down. And that pays immediate dividends. Bree Kelly with the block.
And again, Bree Kelly on the right side there. Ordinarily would play in the middle, but Dan Fisher going with this different alignment, and it pays off.
And the freshman serving. And back set, Bertolino ends the run, and it's 2017. Bertolino has 9 kills. It seems like 19. She's made so many impactful plays in this match.
Well, she's also swung at the ball a lot, as that was her 41st attack attempt.
Seems like she's been more successful, though, you know. Miliano to serve. 3-point Georgia Tech lead here in Pittsburgh. Jeff Hathorn, Amanda Siley with you. Our outstanding crew. Kelly looked to put it away and just blocked at the net and then sent over quickly. Bertolino, and a net violation on the Panthers.
Saying that was on Bree Kelly of the Panthers. So a big moment there as the Panthers still had that point alive, but now find themselves again down 4 late in the 4th.
Miliano. Bree Kelly's able to stuff that one down in front of Emiliano, but still down 3. Rachel Fairbanks to serve. Babcock has the most powerful serve. Vasquez Gomez's serve is really good. You like Fairbanks in this situation, though, as well.
You do. She has that jump float serve that can really move on a defender.
And error by the senior. And 3 points from the set is Georgia Tech. And now Bertolino's powerful serve. And an ace for Bertolino.
What a moment there. The service error from Fairbanks and followed up by an ace from Bertolino.
Fairbanks sends it back to Babcock. Good digs by Georgia Tech, and Otene's able to hit it in.
What a timely swing there from Otene, finding the back inch of the back line.
Bertolino to end this set. How about Georgia Tech? Hammered in 2 sets, winning the other 2, and really taking it to Pitt here in the 4th. We head to a 5th set here in Pittsburgh. 19th ranked Georgia Tech, 2-all with the top team in the nation.
For the inexperience of the Panthers to not be in these type of moments. Don't get me wrong, this is a very experienced team for the Panthers, but they just haven't been in these moments, as you mentioned.
As we head to the 5th set, Emiliano to serve. Panthers have lost only once. That was on the road at SMU. Georgia Tech looking for a monster win. Panthers start with Bree Kelly, who hits it wide.
And a reminder, this 5th set only goes to 15, win by 2, but also a big keynote is Michelle Collier receives 1 challenge.
Fairbanks, this time, I said Fairbanks. What a save by Georgia Tech. Babcock out. That was close. And Dan Fisher's going to challenge it.
And his team was telling him that at some point in that rally, the ball hit the ground. So we will see the challenge card come out early here in this 5th set.
Oh, was that?
Well, the official there just said about it, challenging that it was in. Do you feel at all the Panthers pressing?
I think there's a little bit of anxiety for both teams, but in particular the Panthers. Like I said, they haven't been in these moments. As what a save there, and then that ball is up.
Yeah, that one's
and alive.
If that's the challenge, that's an easy one. Now let's see if
but
it's
is that
here.
the moment that they're challenging, or are they, like you said, challenging in or out?
That looks in.
So that must be what they're challenging.
All right, here comes the call. I don't know how that's out, but it's out, and it's 2-0 Georgia Tech. Emiliano continues to serve as Georgia Tech, 13 points. Seems like a lot away from winning this match. Bree Kelly, that one finds the floor. It's 2-1.
You don't see a lot of the Panthers utilizing the middle behind the setter. You saw it there, and a little bit of a miss hit, but miss hit in the right spot for Bree Kelly.
11 kills for Kelly. That looked like a last-minute decision by Otene. Fairbanks to set. Olivia Babcock. 2-2.
And that's a big one for Babcock. I think she needed a little bit of boost of her confidence as she's been blocked here a number of times. Hasn't had her best hitting performance, hitting just above 100 here this afternoon.
Back to Bertolino. Sammy Klicka come over to dig it up again, but saving it is Otene. Fairbanks, Vasquez Gomez, the tip, and it works. It's 3-2 Panthers, a 3-0 run here for Pitt.
What a decision there by the sixth-year player for the Panthers to go with the soft touch over top of the block. The great set, look at Fairbanks get there just in time, and then seeing the double block in front of her, and Menges not there in time.
Top of the net, but over Kelly, and a violation over the net on Georgia Tech, it looks like, and a timeout by Georgia Tech. Michelle Collier has been a master at calling timeout so far. She gets one here at 4-2 and a 4-0 run by the Pitt Panthers. Fifth set here in Pittsburgh. And look at that play by Bree Kelly. Sets a new career high in kills with 13.
And look at the efficiency as well, Jeff, hitting at 500. So it's a great feat to get to 13 kills, but then to do it so efficiently is just phenomenal.
Fairbanks, serve Otene, and a perfect off speed by Georgia Tech gets it to 4-3.
The Panthers knew exactly what Georgia Tech wanted to do there, get the ball to their power hitter Otene, had the triple block up, but that leaves the defense behind that block vulnerable, and Otene, such a smart player, knew exactly what to do with the ball.
And now the serve coming from Bertolino.
But I think Rachel Fairbanks got shaken up a little bit there. You could see at the end of that replay a little bit of a grimace on the face of Fairbanks.
3 aces for Bertolino. Another one here ties it at 4. Fifth set in Pittsburgh. Nearly. And Bree Kelly puts it away. 14 kills.
Huge moment there for the Panthers to get Bertolino off the service line after one serve. Bree Kelly with authority there.
Vasquez Gomez. Was able to an opportunity. Torrey Stafford. Little off speed from Georgia Tech. Menges. Stafford again. Otene blocked down. The 8th block by Bree Kelly.
And Bree Kelly deserves all the applause that she's receiving here. Georgia Tech kept the ball alive on numerous occasions during that set, but then Bree Kelly, have a day.
Panthers up 6-3. First of 15, got to win by 2. And overpass point, Panthers at 7-3 on the error by Georgia Tech.
And you could see Emiliana wanting the officials to say that she didn't have the chance to set that ball, but the minute that an inch of that ball goes over the top of the net, the Panthers have every right to the ball.
Otene gets a big kill for the Yellow Jackets, 7-4. Sophia Velez is actually heading to the bench, realizing she was going to serve instead. It's 7-4 Panthers. And an ace for Velez. More of an error by the Panthers, but effective. 7-5.
But what a decision there from Michelle Collier to keep Velez in for the serve, the float serve, handcuffing Vasquez Gomez.
It handles that one better. And Tori Stafford is dug by Velez. And a middle kill. Mogridge. And it's 7-6. When it looked like Pitt was taking control here in the 5th, back comes Georgia Tech on a 3-0 run. It's saved by Bertolino. And the Panthers do something with this, and they can't. It's 7-all.
Georgia Tech now on a 4-0 scoring run.
Tell you what, for both teams with the NCAA tournament coming, what a prep for each. Olivia Babcock able to put that one away. So the teams will switch sides.
There, a hole in the block. Mogridge not able to get over in time and left space there for Babcock to swing and find a hole in the block and then in the Georgia Tech defense behind it.
8-7 Panthers. Georgia Tech hitting 200, Pitt 250 here in this set. And Cat Flood in to serve. This is blocked down and in. Tori Stafford able to get that block.
Big moment there. The swing from Menges, and then Stafford able to get that outside hand turned in just enough.
Team with Ryla Jones. Otene is blocked down. Ryla Jones, it's 10-7, the last time out for Georgia Tech.
What a time for the Pitt defense to come up huge. We talk about what they've been able to do all season. The #1 team in the country at holding their opponents to the lowest hitting percentage. And this is a big reason why. The ball on the bump set going out to Otene. Knowing that that bump set wasn't going out far, the Panthers brought that block in, leaving no space for the swing from the power hitter of the Yellow Jackets.
Pitt a +9 in blocks, 16, and Olivia Babcock. Middle dug. Well by Fairbanks, rising up, good block by Georgia Tech. Stafford tried to tip it with the left hand, just couldn't get it going in the right direction, and Georgia Tech gets a key point.
A really tough play there on the outside by Stafford. The Panthers out of system, had that bump set go out, and
Larissa Menges has been an emotional spark for Georgia Tech. Panthers, Olivia Babcock, unable to get the kill because of an amazing save by Georgia Tech. Babcock tries again, not to be denied. What a save by Georgia Tech, but Babcock gets through the second time.
Wow. Sophia Velez again, somehow keeping her team in the point, and then Babcock finishing it off to end the rally.
And Otene is able to get a point to make it 11-9.
Big moment there for the point for Georgia Tech, but also to get Olivia Babcock off of the service line.
Otene, 18 kills, 18 digs. Set for Stafford. Chance here for Bertolino. Blocked at the net, and Fairbanks tries to send it over, recognized enough, and in by Georgia Tech.
And Dan Fisher holding the challenge card behind his back, asking his team, should he challenge this?
And he will not. There's the serve to tie it. In the middle, it's blocked down, and Georgia Tech has tied it 11-all, and a timeout for Dan Fisher. This Georgia Tech team, again, you see them in your bracket, fear the Yellow Jackets.
They are probably one of the most battle-tested teams in the entire country. We've showed you their resume, we've showed you what they've done against ranked opponents, but they've been in almost every one of those matches. They just, the other day, took Stanford to 5, and before that, have had multiple 5-set matches as well. So tough is this Georgia Tech team.
Georgia Tech coming in 20-8, 12-7 in the ACC, 7-4 on the road, 3 straight losses for the Yellow Jackets, and looking for a win that almost will erase all of those other losses.
And we mentioned it, the Panthers have a share of the ACC title, but need this win today to secure the outright ACC title. They beat Louisville on Wednesday to drop the Cardinals to have 2 conference losses, but now the Panthers only have that 1 loss, so they're looking to get it outright. They aren't able to pull out this match. If they aren't, then that means that they have another share of an ACC title.
Mara Otene to serve at 11-11. What a match. Fairbanks sets middle and able to save it again. Georgia Tech, their saves have been incredible. And a block. Good save that time by Stafford. Stafford able to put it down. Tori Stafford.
What a play by Georgia Tech, the single block there, and then the save by Stafford, and then the finish by Stafford.
How about Dylan Griffin, first time into this match, is at 12-11 in the 5th set. Bertolino long, but it's tipped, and it's 12-all.
The confidence that Dan Fisher has in his team to put Dylan Griffin in the game. Yes, they warm up in between sets, but she hasn't had game action the entire afternoon.
Yep. Looks like Sandin is serving for Georgia Tech. There'll be a Babcock from the back. Babcock with 17 kills, 12 digs, 9 blocks, and a Pitt lead.
And here's that rotation where Rachel Fairbanks comes off the court for the Panthers, bringing in Blair Bayless as a big right side block.
And Mallory Meyer to serve. And Bertolino is blocked down. But on Pitt's side, it's 13-all. I thought they crossed over, but no. It's 13-all. And Emiliano to serve. This 5th set just keeps building suspense.
And Blair Bayless was right there, but just had her hands angled back onto her side of the net. And
the Panthers out. And trying to keep it alive. Vasquez Gomez kills it. It's now match point. Wow, out of system, finding a way. And Vasquez Gomez, the 6th year, with the kill to make it match point. Rachel Fairbanks. And the Panthers keep it alive. And Georgia Tech. Man, what a clutch hit by Bertolino, and it's 14-all. This reminds you of the second set. Panthers had set point. Georgia Tech fought back, took that set. A little bit more on this one in the 5th. Bertolino. Olivia Babcock. Oh, and the Panthers play it. That was going to be out, but it doesn't matter. Vasquez Gomez puts it away.
Wow, what a play. Emi Klicka just going all for it, not wanting there to be anything left to chance. And Valeria Vasquez Gomez really saving her as that ball was sailing out.
How about the 6th year from Puerto Rico? 2 huge points here in the 5th set. 9 kills for Vasquez Gomez and a chance to serve for an outright title. Otene is in. Wow.
19 kills for Tamara Otene.
Wow. Velez to serve for Georgia Tech. It looks like they're seeking out Stafford. But instead, it's Klicka. The Panthers just have to send it over. Chance here for Otene, but she's blocked down. Bree Kelly. Olivia Babcock there. It's 16-15 Pitt, match point again. And we're going to see a challenge.
We'll see what part of the play that they're challenging.
Net challenge, maybe.
Original call, no net. Georgia Tech is challenging. It wasn't net.
So a challenge by Georgia Tech, trailing by a point. So a net violation is what the challenge is. Fairly substantial challenge.
And it didn't seem like Georgia Tech was necessarily confident in the challenge. It was more of, hey, we still have the challenge card, let's use it.
In the net move, but I think it was the ball.
Exactly, and those are the moments where you see the net move and you say, oh, someone had to touch it in that instance, but
I don't think the Panthers have it or touch the net, but I thought that one was in as well earlier, so you never know.
I think that
Panthers get the point and match point again for Pitt. And it's Kat Flood. Senior Kat Flood. Great save by Georgia Tech. Olivia Babcock, and the Panthers are outright ACC champions.
Wow, what can you say, Jeff? Other than an incredible battle against two ACC rivals who have had some amazing matches, and today was one of those.
Let's